Hell. Hello? 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 So I just read this Breitbart article. They're always so hyperbolic. Autocrats rising. Reversal of Trump policy. Joining Human Rights Council with China and Russia at UN. To me, the UN is just a big bureaucracy that can't get out of its own way, and it's a joke. It's a bunch of people. The UN is filled with people who are incapable of, managing or overseeing anything. They just sit there like parasites from their respective countries in New York. They love being in New York. They're all useless, and I just pretend like they don't exist. If the UN was to tell me to do something, I'll just pretend like they don't exist. If the Human Rights Council wants to say that China's good on their labor laws, I pretend they just don't exist to me, right? Just like, slave labor doesn't exist to the UN when it comes to China and human rights, so does their authority also not exist to me, the UN, their authority. There's this game called SOCOM 2 U.S. Navy SEALs, and I like it because there's this real annoying part of this one mission where there's this UN peacekeeper blue hat guy who's pinned down and needs assistance, and he's telling you like every 3 seconds, we need assistance, until you get to him. It's funny because the guy is not fighting back really at all. He's just on the horn to you, repeatedly telling you to get there and help him. He needs assistance. And you have to, I rushed the mission every time I played it so I could get to the UN peacekeeper guy who was useless and pinned down and save him so that he could go home and then, proceed get the bad guys while he went home. And that's kind of, to me, what the UN really is. Wasn't there a massacre, a genocide in, I don't know if it was Rwanda or some African country, and the UN Blue Hats peacekeepers went there and essentially just kind of supervised the whole thing. Like, don't get involved and just allow these people to all kill each other. Stand back and hope it doesn't happen to you. I think it did happen to them. They stood back and didn't do anything to the point where it's like, slowly they were able to get to them with machetes and do them in because they didn't have any ammunition. But yeah, the UN is just a big joke. They're just parasites. The only answer is to lock them all in the building and never let any of them out and demolish the building. To get rid of all those people because they suck. They don't do anything. I wouldn't even go to that little circular UN hall they have where they all go there and act like they're important and anybody cares about them or their crime. Their next steal. And I wouldn't even go. If I got invited, I'd be like, no. Next. So quit it with this hyperbolic bullshit and just tell it like it is. Like the fucking sky is falling. Forgive me, God. Because the UN is going to get... The only thing the UN does is open up the door for all the foreign powers to come and, subvert the Constitution of the United States and the American people. That's all they've ever done. Okay.